Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for Grow My Bag TV. I hope you're having a good one. So there is a lot going on, just a ton. So technically, we actually could see a Bitcoin spot ETF happen today. Why is that? Well, it's because Grayscale has been denied, I think a couple of times, a few times, and the judge, Grayscale took the SEC to court. Judge said, "Hey, FCC, you have not given them a good enough reason, a sufficient reason as to why there should not be a Bitcoin spot ETF." So today is the deadline. So it's highly possible that that could happen. Now, people are saying that they've already priced in, the approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF. I beg to differ. Yeah, I really do. If I have dry powder, what I would be thinking about doing is buying some Grayscale, right? Because it's at a discount. So I'd buy some Grayscale, put a little bit of cash into Bitcoin, right? Because it did take a dip, so it's good DCA anyway. And then wait for it. Because from now through I think March or April of next year, you've got a ton of applications for Bitcoin spot ETFs that are going to come up. You also just saw that ARK Invest, I reported this yesterday, ARK Invest made changes to their proposal. So I think the SEC is actively reviewing all of these proposals for Bitcoin spot ETFs. And let me tell you something. If they approve one, they're going to approve a hell of a lot of them. Unless something is incredibly wrong, they're going to have to. So it is possible that it could happen today. And if it does, I'm expecting the market to freaking explode. So what do I have? I have dry powder ready to go. I want to see the market bump up a little bit because I keep telling you about that 2828 number I have. We'll get into that later. I'll show you the numbers. If we explode through 2828, done. Done. I could easily see us get to 35,000 real fast. So I'm paying attention to that in a big way, right? But I'm also paying attention to the smaller coins because if Bitcoin goes up, don't the rest of the coins go up, right? Anyway, let's get into the next one. MetaMask and a deal with Stripe is going to create a better way, an easier way, another way for people to move from fiat to crypto. And that is a huge win. Stripe is one of the world's largest credit card processors out there, right? They do it in a way that, PayPal does it. So when I look at Stripe, I kind of sit there and go, that's actually a good thing. It's a very good thing. All it means to me is more adoption, and adoption is what we need for crypto to really take off. Institutions have already said, we're adopting it, we're already all in. They've got billions of money, of dollars tied up into crypto and blockchain technologies, Web3 technologies. Now we just need regular people to get involved more. Okay? When that happens, explosive growth. At least that's my prediction. Genesis is not doing well right now. They've got all kinds of problems with the creditors. I've been reporting that for a while. Now they've got to cut a check, a $175 million check, after settling with FTX. Now, why is that bad? It's bad on many reasons. They've stopped withdrawals. That's not good. But the other reason is because, well, the Sam Bankman-Fried case is going. You had bombshell, testimonials from Caroline Ellison and others. It is not a good time for Genesis to be in the news because they were tied up in that whole FTX thing. So it's something to pay attention to. I want to see how long this halting of withdrawals is going to last. And I also want to know if Genesis is going to remain solvent because I have to tell you, I don't think so. I believe they're going for bankruptcy. I have to go back to my notes, but I think they are. I don't mess with them, so I don't really follow. But good news, MasterCard, wow. When I talk about a company that's smart, in their strategy, here's what I think they're doing. They're playing both ends. If the world was to go full bore crypto, They're ready. They're creating different use cases and things like that, different revenue streams for them to move forward if that's the case. Then on the other extreme, crypto goes bye-bye because of different regulations, whatever. And then what happens is they get involved with CBDCs. So by going to the Reserve Bank of Australia, they were able to prove that they could wrap an Australian CBDC across multiple blockchains. Multiple blockchains. That's huge. So think about that strategy and everything in between, right? They're prepared for this long end, they're prepared for this long end, and that would mean that they're ready for everything in between. Very smart. Very, very smart. I commend them on having that kind of a plan, right? Burn the candle at both ends in this case is actually a good thing. We're going to have to pay attention to how that actually pans out, because it was just a demonstration. It's not like they actually did it, but they went through the process, showed them what it could do, all that good stuff, but it's just a demonstration. Australia still needs to figure out, is there really a good use case? So now we know we can do it. I think a lot of countries are like, well, we have to see if we can do it. Well, the technology is out there. You can definitely do it. The question is, should you do it? That's the question. Excuse me. What's next? I've been reading a lot of articles today that say that Polkadot is laying off about 300 of their staff. That's big news. Polkadot has not been doing well at all, in my humble opinion. I was fond of the project, kind of still am, but I'm losing faith quick. A layoff of 300 of their staff would not be a good thing. Not at all. It brings to question, well, what's the future of the project? You've got people talking about, oh, we don't want to be a bottleneck to the growth of Polkadot. Yeah, that sounds like people are getting out, and you don't know what to do with the project. So yeah, I think Polkadot's going to take a nosedive. One of the portfolios that I had reviewed a while ago, he was holding Polkadot, and I was like, why are you holding Polkadot? Why? They've been stagnant forever. No good news coming out of there. Why are you holding Polkadot? And he was like, I thought it was good. It was on your list. Yeah, it is on my list. But there are other things that are higher up on the list that I'm holding, not Polkadot. It was on my list because I didn't think badly of the project. Not necessarily that I was investing in it. So when I told him my thoughts about his portfolio, he rejigged that. I think he actually wound up ditching Polkadot. Something else that we should be paying attention to. This is longer term, so you should really be paying attention to this. We have the possibility of another rate increase in the United States in November. Do I think there's going to be an increase? I don't think so. CPI and PPI numbers were not all that great. They were actually pretty bad. But do I think that there's going to be a rate increase? No, I don't think there's going to be a rate increase, although there could be. But the rates are already pretty high, and they're already seeing results. What I think is everybody is starting to question, how long are we going to have to deal with these incredibly high rates? So my son was really upset because, 3 months ago, rates for, mortgage rates for buying a house were like 6.5. And now they're like above 8. And he's like, oh, we should have bought back then. And I was like, but we didn't have a deal back then. Like, we didn't see anything that was really moving us back then. You know what I mean? And then I'm looking at, the price of these houses, these real estate investments. And I'm not really feeling, anything good by it. So pay attention. I'm also expecting massive layoffs starting later this quarter and through Q2 next year. I've said it. There it is. Something else that we should be happy about, or at least Microsoft and Activision are happy about. The deal has been approved by the UK. So I think Microsoft is going to close on that lickety split. So that's going to affect the stock prices and everything else. I think Microsoft is firing on all pistons. So I'd be bullish on Microsoft. I'd be bullish on Microsoft for a while. Anyway, you know what we should do? We really should get into the numbers. So let's do that. The fear and greed index is at 44 right now. That's taken a dip from 45 yesterday. DeFi is down. Remember, yesterday it was at $47.34 billion. Now it's at $46.26 billion. That's a drop. That's a significant drop. $1 billion in a day. Something else that I'm looking at, remember what I told you, I still have that whole 28.28 right there. I believe that if we do not maintain above 28.28 for a sustained level, it's going to be hard for us to just power through, to 30,000. But a catalyst that could make that happen is the approval of a grayscale Bitcoin Spot ETF. That could definitely do it, right? So I'm paying attention to that. Right now, we're still hovering just above the bottom part of my green band, which starts from 26,475 up to 31,580. That's my green band. We haven't seen it in a long time. We haven't come close to the upper limits of that green band in a really long time. So I'm paying attention to that. You should be paying attention to that, right? If you want to look at the big board, here you are. Everything is down, but I think everything right here is in striking distance. These are reasons to buy. Bitcoin at 26,803. It was as high. It was nipping at 27,000 again earlier this morning, but it didn't happen. But at 26,803, I'm sitting here and I'm going, I'm reading articles like, oh, people are warning about the massive Bitcoin drop. What massive Bitcoin drop? It's at 26,803. It's not a massive Bitcoin drop. Just slow your roll. To me, it's a buying opportunity. XRP being under 50 cents, I think that's a buying opportunity. Matic being under 53 cents, I think that's a buying opportunity. XLM 10 cents. Like I can't look at too many things and not think that it's not a buying opportunity, right? Solana was above what, $22? It's at 21,337 now. A lot of the coins that you're looking at right now, Cardano at 24 cents. You're at a lot of the coins that you're looking at right now at the price that they're at right now represent, to me, buying opportunities. I'm all about the use case, the community, and the future, meaning what kind of plans, what kind of strategy do you have? Looking at Shiba Inu, Shiba's rocking and rolling on a lot of different cylinders. That's one of the coins that I'm thinking is going to X things. 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. I think that's the one that's going to actually rock the world, because it's got a lot of use case. Doge, on the other hand, what's its use case? It's not unlike any other coin out there. So what's its use case? I'm not feeling anything from the Doge community. I just really don't. I feel a lot of stuff from the Shiba Inu community. I feel a lot of things from even the Cardano community. I feel a lot of things from a lot of different communities out there. Doge is not one of them. So not really holding on that. I think my son is holding, but I'm not holding. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto. I hope you're having a good one. I do realize I didn't get my picture in there. Sorry about that. There's my ugly face. I hope you have a good one. If you like what I'm doing, drop me a note. If you don't like what I'm doing, drop me a note and tell me how I can do better. Anyway, have a good one. Bye-bye.